Alright guys, welcome back to another day of social studies. Today is Tuesday, August 12th, and today we're going to be looking at major landforms of the United States. So this is absolutely going to be on your upcoming benchmark. You're going to see a few of these on it. These are all major physical features you should know in the United States. So, quick list of what these physical features are: Atlantic Ocean, Boston Harbor, Missouri River, Mississippi River, Pacific Ocean, Great Lakes, Appalachian Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Great Plains, and Washington, D.C. Here's what the slide layout is going to look like for this session. I'm going to start with Atlantic Ocean, proceed all the way down through Washington, D.C. You're going to see the title of the landform. You're going to see the location of it, or a picture. And then you're going to see why it's important or what American historical event is related to it. Okay? First slide, the Atlantic Ocean. Probably the most famous ocean. Obviously it's located right here in the black. It's most known for, in American history, it's what Columbus sailed across. Remember, Columbus lands right over here, but Columbus thinks he's all the way over here. Just a random piece of history, which is why we call them the West Indies and Indians. The major thing for U.S. history is that the Atlantic Ocean separates the colonies from England. There's a number of reasons why that's important. Probably the biggest being that it's going to allow the colonies to fight for their independence and defeat the superior British military and navy. Next one, Boston Harbor. This isn't a map, this is a picture. The Boston Harbor is important because of the Revolutionary War. If there's a slide or a question that says what is the most important physical feature during the Revolutionary War, it's absolutely the Boston Harbor. The reason being Boston Tea Party happened here. It's the harbor that was closed from the Intolerable Acts. It is the single most important feature building up, leading into, and during the Revolutionary War. The Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi, it is the third largest river in the world. It's used for travel and help link the United States together. The Mississippi River, along with the port of New Orleans, is the main reason why Thomas Jefferson bought the Louisiana Territory. Obviously, New Orleans being right here, and the Mississippi River being this blue, darker blue that runs all the way down, basically splits the United States in half. One common misconception I want to address is that the Mississippi River wasn't really used for exploration to the west. If you look at the Mississippi River, it runs north and south. It's great for getting products out, but it's not great for exploration east or west. The Missouri River. This is the first time we've talked about it, so obviously you have a few more notes to take for it. This is the most important river to the settlers moving west in the United States. This is what this map is showing right here. It shows you the start of the Missouri River, again right located where the red dot is, and it shows you where it ends up. So for settlers moving east to west, the path of least resistance, or the easiest path, would be to move from here to really St. Louis or Missouri, and then take the river all the way up. I'm clicking on it right now so you can see the path of the Missouri to here in Montana, Idaho, and then finally transit out to the west. Again, I took the note, while the Mississippi River flows north to south, again, Mississippi River goes from here to here. The Missouri River runs from here to here. Very important. Pacific Ocean. Obviously, the most important thing about the Pacific Ocean is that it is my favorite ocean. It's actually not anymore. It's freezing. It's by far of the Atlantic and the Pacific. It's so cold. But it's the world's largest ocean. It doesn't play a huge role in the development of the United States, but it is the western boundary of the United States. So, western boundary of the United States, Pacific Ocean. And the Pacific Ocean wraps around. So, it's over here as well as over here. Cool. Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are located in the northern part of the United States, in the central. I'm going to go back just for 1 second to a map of the United States, and these would be the Great Lakes right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, these lakes right here are located right here in your map. They're located in the northern part of the United States, and the major event that happens in the Great Lakes or around the Great Lakes is the Battle or the War of 1812. Now, they actually fought naval battles on these lakes, which is kind of cool and seems kind of important on this show. Appalachian Mountains. Right now, Ms. Abel is talking about the Appalachian Mountains in 7th grade history. The Appalachian Mountains are a string of mountains on the eastern part of the United States. They're going to provide the first boundary to settlers. This is really important, is the word first right here. Because later on we're going to see the second boundary. The reason why the first boundary is settlers come in and they settle all this land here and they see the mountains and they're like, whoa, these are big. It's going to be tough to get over onto this side. So they don't. So they stay essentially all along here, but never really venturing into the west. Then, after the French-Indian War, the Proclamation of 1763 is issued, which tells settlers now officially they have to stay in this side. It angered the settlers. It led to the Revolutionary War. The Great Plains. So again, if I'm moving east to west for major landforms in the United States, which I am, the Appalachian Mountains are going to be right here, and you have the Great Plains running right down the center. The Great Plains are very flat, very little vegetation. A lot of Native Americans live in this region. It's where we grow most of our crops right now in the United States. The Rocky Mountains. These provided the largest obstacle for settlers moving west. There's a difference between the word settlers and colonists. Colonists were primarily out in the east, or were in the east, and settlers really are the ones that move into the Great Plains region, which is all in here, and then finally west over the Rocky Mountains. This has nothing to do with the colonists. It's a great note that I took right there. And then finally, really the one city that you should know in this map and is right here. It's the location of Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. So Washington, D.C., again, located in the east. When I was in middle school, the way I always knew where Washington, D.C. was, it's kind of like where all these little tiny things jut out. Looks kind of sloppy. You can just put it right in the middle of that. Okay. I'm going to go over this slide right here. I have a few questions. You're going to see each of these pop up as CFUs. So 5 real quick in a row. And then now you'll be able to move into Quizlet. Cool.